This really matters to God. So, what does Scripture have to say about coping and dealing with difficult people, crazy makers? Here's the first idea. One, when you deal with a crazy maker, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. Refuse to be offended by their behavior or when they insult you or their body language that kind of turns away from you. Whatever they do that's rude and obnoxious or that's a crazy maker thing, refuse to take it personally. Don't take it offensively at yourself. Because when people are rude to you consistently, they're people that are rude over and over again, they're not revealing who you are. They're revealing who they are. Are you hearing me? Mm-hmm. People who are rude all the time are people who are very insecure. And this isn't about you as much as it is a revealing about them. Don't take it personally. When it comes to personal relationships, God would say, get over it. Learn to develop a thicker skin. Don't let this affect you so badly. We need to be people with tender hearts and thick skin, thick hides. Too often, though, we become tough-hearted and we have tough hides or thin hides. We get it backwards. Because when we begin to take this personally, it tells us that our value and our worth is determined way too much on other things rather than God. So don't take their behavior personally. Don't let it offend you. Don't let it annoy you. How mature you are is largely revealed in how you react when people mistreat you. Let me say that again, because you've got to hear that. Your maturity is revealed most, I think, in how you respond to the people who mistreat you. If you return hurt for hurt, insult for insult, pain for pain, then we've just become like them. But mature people don't. Look what Proverbs says in Proverbs 12:16. When a fool is annoyed, he quickly lets it be known. I don't want to be a fool. Somebody hurts your feelings, are you quick to let other people know? They hurt me. That was wrong. What they did was wrong. But wise people, circle the word wise people ignore an insult. They ignore it. Because wise people know that often rude and bad behavior is not the real issue. There's a pain or a problem that's behind the surface that causes this person to act out in a certain way. So rather than getting angry at them, they ignore it and they look beneath the problem to see the pain. People who hurt people are often hurt people. And that hurt makes them act it out. We don't know what's going on in their life. So wisdom would say, we don't know that this person has been through multiple marriages and their husband just left them. This person was molested as a kid and they're still struggling to overcome that pain and that abuse. This person just lost their job or is struggling to make ends meet. They've gone through a tough day. Those kinds of things often drive crazy makers and make them crazier. I was reading an article about a guy who was on the metro recently. He said there was a dad who had 3 little kids with him, and these kids were out of control. They were just going crazy, running up and down the car, throwing things, laughing. People in the car were irritated and angry. When this guy said, he goes, I was just about to blow my lid. He goes, I can't believe some dad is just not paying attention at all to his kids. He's just looking out into space and letting them go crazy. So he said, I got up and I walked over to the guy and I was going to let him have it. And I said, hey, buddy. And the guy looked at me and his eyes were blazing. He said, I'm sorry. We're coming from the hospital. They just lost their mom. And all of a sudden, it changes things, doesn't it? When we begin to understand what someone is going through, it causes us to offer grace. So you ignore it and you offer grace. Proverbs 19:11 says, a man's wisdom gives him patience. It is his glory to overlook